It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Project 2025 would dismantle democracy as we know it.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
Is a vision of implementing a startlingly authoritarian form of the U.S. government.
Same thing with the unions. They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden they're making more money than the people that own the company.
Do you do larger cuts, corporate cuts?
Yeah, I was planning on doing it. In fact,
You believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle?
there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
What's at stake here is democracy itself. It's now Donald Trump's party. And if he's elected, the consequences will be catastrophic.
such a flagrant, toxic narcissist that he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes.
And I didn't need little Bruce Springsteen and all of these.
Are you surprised that he's trash talking you after all this time?
Not really.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. The stewardship of the nation has been thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means. Bruce Springsteen, we have a much bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen, right? Much bigger. Hillary got Bruce Springsteen, I'll never forget. And the place was pretty full. Not full like our places are full, and I don't have a guitar.
It was okay. It was so worth it. There is no one you would rather go to a Springsteen concert in Jersey with than him. Than that guy. Brooks.
For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
Okay.
Which is a journey. You know all the tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. Good morning. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or something like that. Hopefully it's all going through okay. I'm not able to scroll all the way back to the top of the chat, but I do remember seeing that Mr. Spock was first in the chat this morning. So thanks, Mr. Spock, for being here. I believe Mr. Bob Newell was second. Says he still can't hear me. But hey, it's 11:15 here a.m. in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Pacific time zone we are in. We're probably about 400 miles from the Pacific Ocean. Maybe a little less. I don't know. About 400 miles probably. So, but hey, whatever. But yeah, good morning. Welcome everyone here who's here today. Glad to see you. So I'm just where the chat allows me to start from. I know, like I said, Mr. Spock was first. Mr. Bob Newell was second. After that, I don't know. But I do see William. William's here. Pamela's here. Hey, Pamela. Good to see you. Teresa TAK is here in the chat. And let's see, Roxanne Armfield's here. Good to see Roxanne. Hello, and good morning, and afternoon, or good day. I just want to say, hey, man, all you folks on the East Coast, be careful out there. I know there's been deaths associated with this storm. Was it Helene? I don't know how to say it, but she's not real nice. She's not nice. She's not really terribly nice. Not nice. But I don't know if I haven't seen the latest updates of what's going on, if that's rolled its way out yet, or if it's still going up the coast and wreaking havoc. I know that there was just a lot of stuff starting in Florida and working its way up. And so you guys be careful out there. Hunker down, find shelter, or get the heck out of there if you can. So just know that out here on the Pacific time zone, we're thinking of you, and we're hoping everyone stays safe. Pamela says Trucker John is still eating. Oh, well, I was earlier during some of that warm up or whatever, that intro. But I'm all done. I'm all done with the eating. All I have now is some coffee. My morning coffee. Let's see. Fancy's here. Hey, Fancy. Good to see Fancy. Always good. Hey, Mike H. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. Or Troll. Or Joel. Or Joel the Troll. Or Mike H. Nick Rich is here. It says like number 15. Good day again, folks. We got 27 watching, 28 thumbs ups. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. It really does help. And hit the share button. That helps immensely. You can share the show out. We are at 3,370 subscribers, which is amazing. I mean, whoever thunk it. So, but let's try to get to 4,000 before my birthday. Oof, I forgot. My birthday's coming up. Next Thursday, I think. Wouldn't that be awesome? Now, you know what? When I uploaded, or whatever you call it here, I'm so ignorant. That Kamala Harris, Tim Walz campaign stop here in Las Vegas, and I got about 1,300 or 1,400 subscribers from that video within a matter of days. So I don't think it's too much to ask to get less than 700 by Thursday. Could we get 700 new subscribers by Thursday on my birthday? That's really all I ask for my birthday is, I guess, subscribers. So if you're already a subscriber, the way you can help out is by liking and sharing, making some comments in the chat. That helps get us out in the algorithm and all that good stuff. So if you could like, subscribe, and share, and get me to 4,000 by Thursday, that's because that's my birthday. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be a great birthday present if I got to 4,000 by Thursday. All right, so let me scroll on down. We got Mike H is here, Nick Rich. Hey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hey, everyone, happy Saturday. Good to see Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. You got any sports highlights for us? How about that Shohei Ohtani, huh? NL MVP for sure. Setting records. Every time he comes up to the plate, he gets another hit. Seems like there's another record. Some sort of record he's setting. He's about 3 points behind in the batting average, in leading the National League in batting average. He's 3 points. There's only 2 games. Today and tomorrow, 2 games to go. Can he catch, I forget the other guy. I think he's a Padres, right? The leader's hitting 312. Ohtani's up to 309. He's raised his average in just the last few days. He's 3 points behind, and he already leads in home runs. He already leads in RBIs. Can he get a triple crown? When was the last National League Triple Crown winner? I don't even remember. It's been so long. So can Shohei, the Big Show, get the Triple Crown? I mean, that would be the only thing that's missing, right? I mean, he's done everything else. And, of course, being with the Angels, he was never in the playoffs. So he's going to be in the playoffs this year. He's going to be a big draw. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he doesn't choke, and hopefully the Dodgers don't choke, and hopefully Dave Roberts doesn't choke. And hopefully Dave Roberts will remember that the playoffs are a whole different animal than the regular season, and you got to manage a little bit differently. Hopefully. But yeah, that would be something if Shohei could get just keep tearing it up, and we'll see how the guy in the Padres or whoever it was, the leader, the batting average leader is. I forget his name. Sorry about that, but we'll see how it goes. We got 2 games to go, so in the regular season, and we'll see how it does. But whether or not he gets the Triple Crown or not, he's going to win the NL MVP. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. All right, so we got Steven Sayers is here. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Let's get rid of the fascists. Yes, I endorse that wholeheartedly. Don O'Leary is here. Good to see you. Hey, MJ Daniel says 61-year-old Irish American had not voted for a Republican since the 90s. All right, MJ. Let's keep the streak going by not voting for Republicans. I'm a soon-to-be 64-year-old Irish Norwegian, basically American, and I have never voted for a Republican in my life, and I'm going to keep that streak going. Toro Verde is here. Hey, Toro, good to see you. Hello to you. Thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a while, I don't think. So thanks for coming on in and chatting with us, hanging out in the chat. In the driver's lounge is what I like to call this, the driver's lounge. But anyhow, you know what I mean. Chat room, driver's lounge. Big Hook's here, the Big Canuck. Big Hook says, register to vote and use Blue Voter Guide to maximize your ballot. Locally, state, and federal, vote early and confirm your vote is counted. Thank you for that public service announcement by Big Hook, Big Hook. Absolutely. Let's see. We got Nick Ritchie plays the invisible accordion. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know who this could be. But we should get to the oranges of it. The oranges. Yeah, the oranges. Let's get to the oranges of that. Hey, James Jaramillo's here. Good to see James Jaramillo. And here's Johnny. Don O'Leary says, hello, hello. Nick Rich, 11:15. Wow, I'm 8 minutes behind, Nick. I'm 8 minutes behind. I'm a time traveler, but I always go backwards. Shannon's Tigre is here. Hey, happy Saturday, peep. Good to see Shannon's Tigre. I haven't seen you in a while, so thanks for hanging out with us and, chatting here in the driver's lounge. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down here. MJ Daniel says, I guess I will turn off the live BOC to say hi. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Teresa says, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. MJ Daniel, huge mess, almost 50 dead. Yeah, the last I heard was 45, and I'm sure those numbers, unfortunately, are going to rise. It's just a mother effer of a storm. Cat 4, I don't know. I don't think it's gone up to Cat 5, right? It was a Cat 4, and man, oh man. I tell you, the stuff Al Gore warned us about 20 years ago is coming true. We're having all these, we're having more Cat 4 and 5 storms and hurricanes now in these last few years than we've had in decades. It's just it's all coming to fruition. Hey, non-useful says, hey there, Trucker John. The Mississippi River is 4 blocks away. All right. So that's nice. The good old Mississippi. Tori Verde says Isaac is on its way. Another one right behind it. So bam, bam, bam. That's just going to get slammed with more storms. Big Hook. Mother Nature is a bitch with hurricanes. Watch your mouth, Big Hook. Watch your mouth. I said, watch your mouth. Hey, Maria Ali is here. Good. Screwed up and just House Show. Happy to see some of y'all lovelies here. Well, you're here. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here and checking in. Mr. Spock says, I'm back again. I'm back. Says, hi, Fancy, Teresa, and Roxanne, and William. Hey, look, Fancy, gift for the membership. Thank you, Fancy. That's a great way to help support the show. And look who got it. And I bet you it's just sort of, I don't know, serendipitous? I don't know. What is the word for that? But Mike H got it. So, Mike H, you are now a member of the Trucker John live stream. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Thank you, Fancy. And thank Fancy for that. Good day, says Nick Rich. Good day. Mike H, I'm not a troll anymore. I'm a supporter. There you go. Joel the Troll. You know what, Joel the Troll? You'll always be a troll in my heart. But I do, I thank you for your support. You ever notice how you never see Chad and Mike H in the same room at the same time? I never see any of you in a room. But anyhow, whatever. Mr. Spock says, crap, I lost the chat pool at TJ was betting you would eat on camera. Well, fortunately, or unfortunately for you, I guess, I was able to get up early enough and take care of that business. I really don't like eating on camera, if you want to know the truth. And I was able to get down there, get back home, and wolf it down. Although during the intro, when the intro was playing, I believe I was still eating, so it was close. It was a close call, but yeah, not quite enough. Not quite enough. Oops. I just closed the chat by accident. Let's see where I left off here. We got okay, that was fancy. Mr. Bob Newell, Yo Trucker John, sup? Sup, Mr. Bob Newell? Sup with you? I'm just hanging out here in the driver's lounge. Maria Ali says, another Libra. Yay, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yes, I am a Libra. I'm very balanced, apparently. I don't know. That's what they say, right? Let's see. We got Bob Newell 220. I'm still 8 minutes behind. Maria Ali, Derek Rose retired. Okay, thanks for that update. Hey, there's Jolie. Just saying hi. I'm at a dinner theater watching $1 Million Quartet. So fun. Love you guys. Thanks, Jolie, for checking in, and you have a good time over there. $1 Million Quartet. I don't think I've heard of that, but yeah, have a good one. Thanks, Jolie. Mr. Spock, more green people. We got some green people in here, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Nick Rich, 56 Nick Rich says, Teresa Ann, where were you earlier in house chat? People were acknowledging your presence. MJ Dania, meanwhile, Seattle has been to the playoffs once since 2001. Yup. Yeah. I guess I'm a bit spoiled. I mean, you know, with the Dodgers. Dodgers have been perennial NL West Division, you know, leaders, champions, whatever you want to call it. But I am just really disappointed about the World Series. Now, granted, both Boston and Houston cheated. And I think definitely Houston, you know, their cheating led to them winning the World Series over the Dodgers. And I think Boston, too. So they cheated. They fucking cheated. They're cheaters. They should be known as cheaters. Boston and Houston, they should have to wear that scarlet letter, the C word or whatever, forever and always, as far as I'm concerned. And as far as I'm concerned, Boston and Houston, you can go fuck yourselves. You're talking about the Red Sox and the Astros. You can fuck yourselves sideways because you guys are fucking cheaters and you didn't earn the World Series. So there's that. But then just seeing the failures against, like last year against the Diamondbacks, and then I think the year before that against the Padres, when we had far superior teams, and we've had other letdowns in the last 12 years, where I think that you know, I don't know. I just think that the fans have been let down by mismanagement in the playoffs. You can't just use analytics in the playoffs. You got to use your gut, and you got to let your pitchers go. If you got a pitcher that's on a hot streak, hey man, this is the playoffs. There is no tomorrow. You can't pull your pitcher who's just been dealing and making outs, and just because he's on a pitch count or something, some weird in the playoffs, you don't pull him, and then you get raked. That's what happened against San Diego 2 years ago. So anyhow, Big Cook, my friend Mish has not been responding to Google Chat and has disappeared from the chats. I'm really worried about her. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Oh yeah, I remember Mish. That's right. Yeah, I hope Mish is okay. Yeah, that is kind of bothersome or worrisome or whatever. Marielle, Padres beat him though. Are you a Padres fan? I'm not a Padres fan. But Mr. Bob Newell, racist and billionaires are polluting America's blood, and also racist. Troy Verde, thank you for the welcome. Oh, you're very welcome for the welcome. Mr. Bob Newell, what happens if Trump don't win? If Trump don't win, then it's going to be, woo, yeah, baby. Yeah. I don't know. I'll be happy if you don't win. And I think we will have a continuation of a great economy. I think Kamala Harris is going to continue and improve upon the Biden economy. I think we're going to see some reversals of Dobbs, or at least codifying abortion into law. We'll see some rights restored to women. I think we'll see an improvement all the way around, and whether it's gay rights, civil rights, human rights, equal rights, we will see improvements of that. I think we're going to see more and more improvements in getting us off of fossil fuels, getting more and more into green renewables. Just the list goes on, man. And so that's what, if Trump don't win, that's what'll happen, I think. MJ Daniel, we did an ancestry DNA search. I am Irish on my mother's and father's side of the family. Came back 42% Scandinavian, bloody Vikings. Yep, I'm like almost half Norwegian. So yeah, I'm probably 42% Norwegian or something, which are Vikings. I got Viking blood in me, and also Irish blood in me. So I don't know, leprechaun, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Maria Ali says Trumpy handed a woman in a grocery store visit $100 cash on camera, and it's being called a campaign finance violation as a bribe, as he literally says that's for the White House. He's such a dick. I mean, he won't get charged for. He's not going to get charged for that because they'll. I don't think he would. I mean, because they'll just say, oh, it was just whatever. They're not going to go after him for that. But yeah, it's so stupid that he just would do that right out in the open. Fancy says, yeah, he can't stop criming. Hey, Michael McAndrews is here. Good to see Michael. Says someday a baby will be born on Mars, the first Martian. Yeah, someday we will have outposts or whatever out there, and people will be living there and residing and having babies out there. Tora Verde says Atlanta is not cut out for Cat 4. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. These storms getting hit with Cat 4 and Cat 5 storms, the likes of which have never been seen before. I don't know. That's how much Trump has influenced me. I have to talk like Trump now. Mr. Spock says, China will get your DNA, Fancy. Why does China want our DNA? I don't know, Mr. Spock. It's not logical. Or is it logical? Maybe it is. I don't know. You tell me if that's logical or not, because you're the logic guy. Big Hook, thanks everyone. I hope she's all right, but it's been 11 days since last chat. Sorry, I'm out of options and can only hope and pray. Yeah, I hope and pray too that she's okay. And you know, sometimes people just take breaks from the internet or something, but hopefully that's it. You know, Maria Ali says a fucking mother of a storm, being that it's Mother Nature, a Trucker John, not mother getting fucked. Literally interpretation. Right, I gotcha. I gotcha. Non-useful says yesterday, Missouri was slammed with 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hold my beer. We get those out here in the desert, like this is a matter of waking up. Anyhow, and 5 inches of rain all day and night. Tennessee dam ready to break with so much rain. Now that's not good. When the dams break, that's definitely not good. So, yeah, get to higher ground now over there or whatever. Yeah, Mr. Bob Newell, I started here as a troll. Now look at me. I know, Mr. Bob Newell, you've outgrown your trolliness, and now dare I say you're a regular. Dare I say it, Mr. Bob Newell, a regular. Well, we're glad to have you. Even our trolls are kind of, not too bad. Mike H., Mr. Bob Newell, Chad, if he ever comes back again. Speaking of not hearing from someone, I haven't heard from Chad in a while. Trucker John, we've got good trolls. Delta Don says we had crazy bad winds and rain from here, from Helene, all the way here in Cincinnati. There's tree limbs all over my yard. Delta Don, by the way, good to see you here. Thanks for being here in the chat in the driver's lounge, and be careful out there. Yeah, when you get wind debris flying around, you got to watch out for that. Marie Ali says James Jaramillo, meaning it was planned grocery trip, or that he handed out money was a plan. I think the whole thing was planned. Midas Kevin Anderson. Hey, Midas Kevin, good to see you. Fancy, I am a gold star person now. You sure are. And thanks for being here, and thanks for being a gold star person. Fancy is jealous. Mr. Spock says, I suspect a design in bioweapon. Kind of strange. SARS only affected people in the Middle East. David Windler. Hey, Dave. Good to see you, by the way. Dave says, Hal suggested Trump was drunk. He doesn't drink. He doesn't lie. Right. He would never lie about that he never drinks. He probably drinks. He probably does everything. Man, the guy just lies. Lie. James Jaramillo, Bria Ali, the owner of the store, was in on it. It was all it was all set up. It was pre-planned. Now that I think about it, they should go after him for that. Hey, Seya is here. Seya says, I'm not here. Don't pay attention to me. I'm a figment of your imagination. And yes, you are also imagining I'm yelling. My calves are stuck, and they are nor don't look. I'm not here. Seya's not here. No matter what you might think, not here. Okay, Seya, you're not here. Mr. Bob Newell, why is police helicopter circling my house? Well, that's for you to know. You're going to find out, probably. I suggest you start flushing things immediately. Nick Rich, you're imaginary and invisible. Seya's not here, Nick. MJ Daniel says, we are around 3-hour drive, more or less, from the ocean, depending on where we go, usually Seaside, Oregon. And it's very beautiful. It can be a bit chilly, a bit cold over there, but it's beautiful, nevertheless. Nevertheless, Seha, Fancy says, I don't see Seha. No, don't see. Nick Rich says, 11:30 in Vegas. I am about 13 minutes behind as I travel backwards in time more and more. I guess Applets is here. I must have skipped over Applets. Oh, there's Applets. I did not mean to skip you. So, good morning, good day, good afternoon to Applets. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge, the good old Driver's Lounge, as I like to call it. MJ Daniel says, try to be green, but not Green Party. Those people are nuts. Well, yeah, I think so too. At least, I don't mean to paint with such a broad brush, but they do have some radicals over there. And, not to say that sometimes maybe that's what's needed to wake people up, is a little bit of it. But, yeah, I think you're, for the most part, probably pretty accurate, MJ. Maria Ali says, Trucker John, did you hear that the Scorpions apparently have a new Vegas residency starting up? I did see Ticketmaster. I think it was Ticketmaster had some tickets on sale, and I know they were here. They were here. I think earlier this year. They've been playing here in Vegas at Planet Hollywood. Their theater it used to be called. They changed the name of it. The theater at Planet Hollywood, and I don't know if that's where they're at again. But it might be where they're at. But I know they've been playing over there, and then they've been off. I guess. I don't know if they took a break or they went somewhere else, but they have been playing in Vegas for the last, I think this year and last year. And I did watch a YouTube video that someone had recorded their one of their concerts. I think it was earlier this year. Pretty sure it was this year. And they look good. They sound good. They sound great. Looks like it'd be a pretty good show. Roxanne says, I don't see Sahab, but if they were here, I would say, good afternoon, dear. Yeah, if Sahab were here, I would say, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. But since Sahab's not here, I'm not going to say any of that. Non-useful says, Red Sox are leading Trump supporters. Like Boston Red Sox? MJ Daniel says, Maria Ali saw the Scorpions live at Monsters of Rock Tour in 1988. Great show. 1988. Wow. Isn't that amazing how time flies? I went to the Monsters of Rock in LA, but I think that was that 88? I guess it might have been 88. Was it 88? And really, the only reason I went there was to see Van Halen. Van Halen was there, and they were great. And Metallica was pretty great. I remember. And we didn't stay too long. We couldn't stay. I think we had to leave because we worked graveyard shift at the post office. And I remember we just went. I just really wanted to see Van Halen. And I think we saw Metallica, and I think we had to leave to get to work or something. Fancy is a Dodgers fan. MJ Daniel, over 1 million without electricity, maybe more. Oh yeah, I think it was more. Actually, I think it was like 3 or 4 million that I read. Non-useless says, if Trump loses, grocery stores will run out of beer. Beer, hard liquor, dispensaries will run out of pot. Everyone's going to find a way to celebrate, however they celebrate. That's for sure. That's for show. Nick Rich says, look back to a few chats after Spock mentioned a bioweapon. That's when Seha popped in. Coincidence? I think not. Tamara Price, hey, Tamara, good to see you. It says, hey, everybody. Now, I am about 13 minutes behind in the chat, so hopefully you're still here. Michael Andrews says, there will be dancing in the streets. Dancing in the streets. Yeah. Sayha says, my invisibility cloak must have slipped off. Everyone sees me. We see you, Sayha. James Jaramillo says, I'm planning on at least a 2-day hangover when Trump loses, and it will be damned well worth it. Oh, boy. America better brace itself for the celebrating there, huh? Fancy wants one of those Trump pinatas to celebrate with. That's a good one. Hey, there's Joseph Winnie. It says, hey, everybody. Well, hey, back at you. Joseph Winnie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us in the Driver's Lounge. Driver's Lounge / chat room. Hang out with us and chat for a bit. Teresa voted today and will drop off at the ballot box in my town soon. I voted all blue. Thank you very much. Vote blue for all that's dear to you. Trademark Trucker John. Midas Kevin enters and says, I ran into a rain fake out in New Hampshire. I was in the pizzeria Hervio's. I went in and it was wet, came out dripping wet. No flashy. Okay. I went in, it was wet, came out dripping wet. Sounds like there was some water issues there. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you about that one. Red rain falling down. Hey, Jupiter Judy's here. Nice to see Jupiter Judy. Thanks for joining us in the Driver's Lounge. Always good to see you. Sayha says, who thinks Trucker John is not going to read my run-on crap? Yeah, who thinks that? Anybody think that? Let me know what you guys think. If I'm going to read Sayha's run-on crap. Mike H., I'm crossing over to TJ. You're crossing over to vote for Democrats and vote blue for everything that's dear to you? I hope. I really, really do hope. I lost my place in the chat. I'm trying to go back to where I was. Okay, here's where I was. Non-user says, how old will you be, John? I will be 64. 64, motherfucker. Will you guys still listen to me when I'm 64? Will you still come to my live stream when I'm 64? All I want for my birthday is to get to 4,000 subscribers by next Thursday. So you guys have your work cut out for you. Because we're at 3,370, I believe. So would that be 630? We need to get 630 subscribers by Thursday. That's all I want for my birthday. Arizona Sunflowers. Hello, Trucker John. Oh, hello, Arizona Sunflowers. Wanted to watch a bit of Trump's speech yesterday. He was high on something. I can't take much of him. Yeah, you can't. I think we're all there. He causes this visceral reaction. It's just like, oh, there's Trump. Ugh. Yeah, I've had enough of him too. I can't wait for him to just go away. Donnie, go away. Please leave us the fuck alone. Just fucking go. It's like one of those relationships where you're just like, okay, just fucking go. Take the shit, whatever, grab whatever shit you want. I don't give a fuck. Just get the fuck out of here. That's kind of where we're at with Trump. Joseph Winnie says it's beautiful in Oregon today. I bet it is. Oregon's a beautiful state. It's a beautiful state. Tora Verde says it's a beautiful day in Mojave, California. I've been to Mojave. I lived about 30 years down in the Antelope Valley. Palmdale, Lancaster, Rosamond. I lived in all three of those cities at one time or another for about a 30-year period. So I even, when I was a stringer for the Antelope Valley Press, I even covered some football games out there, high school football. Boy, that was back in late 90s and early 2000s. I covered a few Mojave football games. I covered Boron, some Boron football, Mojave. What else did I do out there? It was mainly just football that I covered. Nick Rich, 11:45. So I'm about 9 minutes behind now. I'm trying to catch up. Arizona Sunflowers. Hi, Roxanne Outfield, sweet friend. I'm triggered now from watching the beginning of Trump's speech yesterday. He's high on something, and he's even nastier than usual. Just, I don't know. You might just have to not watch him anymore because I'm not sure if it's even worth it, to watch him. Because it just makes you kind of I do a lot of shaking my head. I'm a lot of shaking my head and resisting the urge to throw a brick through my TV. Good thing I don't have any bricks laying around. Arizona Sunflower says, I shouldn't have listened to his lies about Kamala. Even he's despicable and such a liar. He is all that. Despicable, and he's a liar. And the sad thing is, he says this stuff because he knows that his base will lap it up. He just plays to his base. But I think the good news is, I do believe his base is shrinking. Little by little. Hey, Tim Farrell's here. Thanks for being here, Tim, joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Tim says, John, is it hard to find tickets in Las Vegas that are cheaper than Ticketmaster? People who I know have been to Vegas tell me not to buy until I get there. I don't know, Tim. Because the ticket prices do change, and they do go up and down, and it is kind of weird. I don't know the best way to do it. Like I went to the Springsteen concert last April, and I just bought my ticket on Ticketmaster. So I don't know if there was a better way to do that or not. But I have heard of things like going to the Sphere to see the Eagles or even U2 or whatever, or the Dead and Company, and where I was checking prices on there because I think if you go to the Sphere and you try to order tickets, I think it takes you to Ticketmaster, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But it just seems like people will tell me like, yeah, I waited to the last second and I got a really good deal or whatever. So I really don't know the best way. I'm not an aficionado and all that, but I guess the gamble is if you wait too long, then maybe the good seats will be all taken and you have to settle for a crappy seat or something. So I don't know. I don't know what the best way to do that is. Tor Verde says Vegas has drive-through dispensaries. There is one, I think. Well, there might be more than one, but I know there's that one on Main Street just north of Fremont Street. I believe that's a drive-through one, that big one there. I forget the name of the place. Yeah, that's a drive-through one, and I'm trying to think if there's any others that I can remember. I don't really. Oh yeah, and there's on Flamingo right there by right next to the place where I used to wash my car all the time at Terrible's. Right across the street, basically from the Palms. That is, I can't remember the name of that place either, but that's a drive-through. Yeah, so that's at least two. So yeah, there's probably more. So you're right, Troverty. They do have drive-through dispensaries. You are correct. I know of at least two that I can think of. Teresa says I want to have snacks and a little alcohol when Trump loses again for the second time. You know what? I haven't even thought about that. You guys are really planning ahead. I really haven't thought of like. I just knew that. I just want Kamala Harris to win so badly and him to lose. I'm just focusing on that. I'm not really even thinking about the celebration. Hey, Zolda's in. Hey, it says, hey, TJ, finally have some data. Okay, Zolda, share some data with us. I'd love to hear your data, I think. Joseph Winnie says, going to get a fine bourbon. You know what? I think I might get, I think the one that I like is, what's that one? Oh, man, I always forget the name of it. It goes down really good. I can't remember the name of that. It's like a Scotch whiskey, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. But I'm going to get that maybe. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it until you guys just started bringing it up. So, Arizona Sunflower says, thanks, Teresa TAK. It makes me into a different person. I came to get happy and laugh with Trucker John. Well, there you go. I hope that you'll get happy and laugh. Because we can't just be all dark and gloomy all the time. It just will fuck you up. You know what I mean? You got to take a break. You got to take a little break from it. And you got to realize that at the end of the day, everything's going to be okay. Don O'Leary says, I was on a live chat during Kamala Harris rally. A trumpet, like, a trumper, maggot person, said there will be another Jan 6 if Trump doesn't win. Very disturbing. Yeah, they can, they're just, they're bullies, and they that's why they love Trump, because he's a bully, and they're bullies, and they like to, try to scare people. And I don't doubt that they're that there might be, some pockets of violence or whatever, and that's a scary thing. I don't want people to get hurt. But, and I guess we shouldn't. I guess you can't overlook it. You got to be prepared for it, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think it's a little bit more bluster than anything. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is disturbing, Don. It is disturbing, and it is something we got to be aware of. But a lot of those fuckers are just just blathering idiots. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I'm just sort of skipping down a little bit. Murray Ali says, I'm back. I had to step out because drunk piece of shit brother, another situation. Thank God he's going back to Vegas tomorrow. Oh, you're sending him my way, are you? All right. Well, thanks for the warning. Thanks for the heads up. Mike H says, yes, sir, I'm going blue. Mike H, are you pulling my leg, man? Are you pulling my leg? Because I want to get all happy, but then I don't want you to go, not really, or something. But hey, if you are, then good on you, and I'm glad you are, and I'd like to think that maybe I had a little something to do with that. Maybe, I don't know. And of course, all the great folks in the chat room and Jolie. So yeah, vote blue for all that's dear to you, Mike H. So I hope it's true, and I hope you're not just pulling my leg. All right, I'm skipping down a little bit. Says Mr. Spock says, will they allow Trump to hold another rally like on Jan 6, issue permits and such? I don't know. They shouldn't. They should say your rallies have a tendency to get violent, so we're going to deny your application there. I think they have good reason to deny him. You know. Teresa says, my brother-in-law will be 65 next April, born in 1960. I was born in 1960 also. And I will be turning 64. So let's get those likes, subscribes, and shares going so we can get to 4,000 subs by Thursday, folks. You only got till Thursday. Sehel says, Arizona, I was laughing my ass off. You would have to back up about 20 minutes. I was being silly. Say how I was being silly. As he is wont to do. James Jaramillo says at dawn, there won't be, maybe some scattered outbreaks, but believe Biden is prepared. Well, yeah, I do believe Biden is prepared. Biden is prepared for them, acting them up. He won't wait over 3 hours before acting on it. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've all seen, you know, we've seen the little trick. We'll be ready for it this time. But still, it is something to be concerned about. You know, obviously, we saw what they did before. We can't just say, it's not gonna happen. You know, but you know, I think we'll be ready for it, whatever they do, and I do think it will be like MJ was saying, or James was saying, I guess it'll be some scattered outbreaks. I think, but still, like you say, there's something to be concerned about. MJ Dana says, because the GOP stopped caring about we the people and average working Americans back in the 1980s, if not before, Grand Oligarch Party. Yes, they are the Grand Oligarch Party. I believe. I think that's a good statement. MJ Daniel, both he, meaning Trump, and Vance are vile. They are just despicable, and they don't give a fuck what they do or say that may hurt other people, as long as they think that they can get votes out of it, I guess. And sure, it might lock in their hatred, their vitriol, their racist speech or speak or whatever against, like, specifically against the Haitians, but against anyone of color, anyone, you know, that is the other. That's not going to win them votes that they need. I don't think it's just sort of locking down the ones they already have. But I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're gaining ground on that. They might think so, because all they do is they hear the maggots that will applaud them, you know, for being racist, but they don't see, I think, the rest of the country really looking on and sort of in horror, you know, about what they're saying, and in disgust. I don't think it's a winning strategy, in other words. MJ Daniel, I have the Seaside, Oregon live cam on right now. Looks nice today. Love going there whenever we can. Arizona says, why, Trucker John? Is that the magic number? I wish he'd have a coronary or OD on his drugs, but I'm sure they have plenty of Narcan on hand just in case. What was the magic number? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what you're talking about. Magic number. Nick Rich says, if you toss out a comment without context, John gets confused. John, what's for dinner tonight? I don't know. What is dinner? I don't even know what is dinner. What are you talking about? Teresa K. TIK says, I feel all 50 states are very beautiful. Haven't been to all 50 states though. Been to Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Iowa, and a little bit in Ohio. And I agree with that too, Teresa. I think every state has something to offer, something, that's beautiful and good to see and nice to visit. MJ Daniel, booze, drugs, dementia, a combination of all three things. Something is not right with him. Yeah, he's losing it. He's losing his shit. He's losing his marbles. He needs to step down. He should really step down. Hey, Jojo Mojo Jojo's here. Good to see you, Jojo Mojo Jojo. How's everybody today? I hope well. I think we're doing okay. We're hanging in there, Jojo. Good to see you, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Toro Verde says, I saw Springsteen in '86 at the LA Coliseum. I did too, Toro. I'm pretty sure it was '86 because Born in the USA, I think, came out in '85, and that song, he'd been touring that Born in the USA tour, and I think 85 and '86, maybe even longer. That was a long tour, and I'm pretty sure that was '86 at the Coliseum. I was there. He did a few shows. I did the I forget if it was the Friday night show or the Saturday night show. But I remember my friend and I, Mike Whitlock, if you're out there, old buddy I haven't seen in 30 years. We went to the Springsteen concert. Had a great time. Great show. I loved the show. I mean, it was a packed 100,000 people. And then the next night, because we live out in the desert, right? We live out in Apple Valley. And I think it was the next night we went back. We didn't have tickets or anything. And we just went just to hang out. Because around the Coliseum, there's like the park. There was the LA Sports Arena type, and there's like a park. And I remember we just hung out because you could hear the music from the park. And a lot of people were doing that. There was probably a few hundred people in the park just putting out, blankets and just kicking back and just listening to Springsteen. And it was really cool just doing that. And so we went 2 nights in a row. The first night we were inside, we had tickets. And then second night we were just hanging out and just listening to the music and just, kind of having this shared experience with all these other Springsteen fans, just hanging out in the park, listening to Bruce. It was really cool. It's a good memory. Good memory. So Mike Whitlock, if you're out there, I don't even know if you're still alive, buddy. It'd be nice if you would contact me. Let me know how you're doing. Let's see. Jojo Mojo says that Trump has succumbed to syphilis dementia. Could be. That could be. That's why maybe it's another appropriate place. I was saying a few shows back, a good place to lock him up would be at Alcatraz, right in Al Capone's jail cell. And so when you said syphilis, it reminded me of Capone because I believe Al Capone was, had syphilis and went kind of cuckoo. Anyhow, non-useful says Congress just approved funding for both Harris and Trump to receive presidential level protections, which a security expert said was unprecedented. Yeah, these are unprecedented times. Non-useful says, and in another sign of heightened protections, black tarp now obscures what was once a clean view of Harris boarding Marine 2 at the Naval Observatory in Washington. Wow. Yeah, and who knows how many death threats they've been getting that just don't get reported. Because I remember when Obama was president, he was getting. I don't know if it was the Southern Poverty Law Firm or whatever they call it, Law Center, or one of those groups. or maybe it was coming from the FBI. I don't know, but like the amount of death threats just when Obama, not only when he was running, but then when he became president, it just spiked. Because racist. It's because of racist. In case you were wondering about that. If you're wondering about that, if that's all you're wondering about, that's all I'm wondering about. That's all I got to say about that. Jenny, I do know what love is. Anyhow, Jojo Mojo Jojo says West Virginia needs more. That's for sure. All I can get is the A without paying over $200 for a medical card. THC without a medical card, but you're supposed to lose your rights to own your firearms here. Huh. In West Virginia, you say. I'm just skipping down a little bit, guys. I know I'm like 14 minutes behind in the chat, so let me skip down a little bit. Guys talking about Scotch, Johnny Walker. No, it wasn't Johnny Walker. What's the one, the Irish one? There's an Irish whiskey or something. Is it James something? I think that's the one I like. You can tell I don't drink very much because I'm like, I can't remember the name, but when I have drank that, I really liked it. Mike H, I think got a little something there for Jolie. Got the rose and everything. Marielle, Trucker John, sorry we could never meet in Las Vegas because I will never go near a state that my brother's in. When I leave his vicinity, I will gladly meet you. Yeah, well, I was just saying thanks for the heads up that your shithead brother's coming here. I'll try to steer clear of him. That sucks, though, huh? I make light of that, but it sucks if you have that type of a relationship with a close family member. There's nothing closer than your parents and your siblings, really, and I guess your own kids. Joseph Winnie, who apparently might be a Winnie the Pooh fan, says Pooh's going to be 64 on the 11th of October. Wow, so me and Winnie the Pooh are like the same age. We're both Libras. Well, Winnie the Pooh, congratulations to you. If you're listening, Winnie the Pooh, out there, let me know. Hey, there's CN. Maria Ali says, hi, yes, needed to wash hands, laughing out loud. The Indo food is indeed everything, mixed fried rice with whatever, and also noodles and satay, and also coconut peppery stuff with lots of herbs. Notice I did not pronounce the H, as you're not supposed to do. Hey, Ventura Highway Bill. Hey, Ventura Highway Bill. Good to see you. Notice I say Ventura and not Ventura. I've always said Ventura. I'm not sure if that's the correct way, but I refuse to say Ventura. I say Ventura. I'm from California, and I'm pretty sure that's the way most people say it. I think they say Ventura. But I've heard a lot of people say Ventura. Anyhow, why did I go off on that tangent? I don't know. But Ventura Highway Bill here says, aren't you the last year of the boomers? 60. Actually, I think it goes a little further. I think it goes like 63 or something like that. But I am towards the end, that's for sure. But thanks for being here, Ventura Highway Bill. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you before, so thanks for joining us here in the old driver's lounge. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. if you would. We have a goal set of 4,000 subs by Thursday, which is my birthday. If I can get to 4,000 subs, that'd be a great birthday present. Applet says, ugh, had to leave to call the well peeps. Our newish well quit working. They are on their way to take a look. I had a well in my house in Rosamond, and I had to have the pipe redone that went down into the well and then up into the pump. And that cost me, I forget what it was. It was a few grand. That set me back a few grand. But they had to come out, and dig down in there and replace all the piping. Because it was a pretty old. I guess it was a pretty old well. That wasn't a new one. Yours is a newish one, so that really sucks if you just spent money on it and now you got to spend money on it already. You'd expect them to last, at least 20 years or something. Okay. So Arizona Sunflower says, "Oh, Mike H, if that's true, you're going blue. A big hug and very happy for you. A little poem of sorts to celebrate your conversion and change of mind." Yes, Arizona. If it is true, see, that's what's the problem. If you're a troll, then we kind of, we gotta, we don't want to be Charlie Brown getting faked out by Lucy. But yeah, if it's true, then by all means, yeah, we're glad to have you with open arms, right? And Mike says thanks to Arizona. Thank you, Arizona. Maria Alia, James Hermio, my Starbucks the other day, I got a new flavor to treat myself. Tasted like shit, whiskey, scotch. I stopped drinking 11 years ago, and if it were an actual good one, I would have drank it all. At Starbucks, they have Scotch whiskey. Maybe I'll start going to Starbucks more. Steve Sayers says, Vance said that he needed to make up stories to get the media's attention. Then that's what he would do. Yeah, I saw that little clip. And he said, I think was it Dana Bash or whatever he was talking to? Tim Farrell says, I hope this time Nancy Pelosi agrees to an additional 10,000 security personnel to keep Antifa and BLM from storming the Capitol again. I'm sure that Joe Biden will have in place whatever we need. Nick Rich says, change your moniker to at Mike H instead of what it is, and I'll believe you, Mike H. It is Mike H. So you want me to change it to Mike H? I'm confused, Nick. I'm kind of confused. I'm a little confused. Let's see here. I'm just going to skip down a little bit. If I skip over you, don't take it personally. It's just, trying to skip on down a little bit here. A lot of food talk. Hey, Surfer Norm and Tawada 106. We got Tawada 106 here. I believe from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks, Tawada, for being here. Surfer Norm is here. Says Exhibition Park and the museum. Lots of cool stuff. Yeah, I guess, is that Exhibition Park right by the Coliseum? Is that what I think we're talking about? But hey, Surfer Norm, thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks for hanging out with us and joining us. Richard's here. Hey, good to see Richard. I was born in the USA in 1947. Awesome. You're one of those post-war babies, right? Arizona Sunflowers. Trucker, I was talking about the numbers you want by Thursday. Oh, now I think I know it's because of your bead day, right? Being 64 years old. I was 6 years old when you were born. I remember my 64th too. Yeah, we're at 3,370. I thought it'd be nice just to get to a nice round 4,000 by Thursday. You know, if we could do that, could we get that done? Can we get her done? It'd be nice. I'm just saying, to be nice. So just like, subscribe, share everywhere you go. Just share. Hit that share button every day. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of that share button. Just hit the share button, and and then maybe someday I'll wear a hat that's actually not tiny. This looks like such a tiny little hat, but I'm just wearing it because it says Schneider, and this is a company that I drove for many years. And so anyhow, what can I say? Also, it's black and it matches this black shirt. So I like to be color coordinated. But yeah, Thursday's the birthday, so let's see if we can get me to 4,000 subs by then. That would be a great birthday present. Let's see. Richard says, coward Trump is making excuses not to debate Harris a second time. Yeah, he's making all kinds of excuses because he's a big scaredy cat. He's a big bully, but he's a chicken shit. Right? Chicken shit. He's a chicken shit bully. Richard says that Bone Spurs, Trump referred to war veterans as suckers and losers. What a grub. What a... I would even go a little further and say, what an asshole Trump is. Trump, you're being an asshole. Let's see. Richard says, I hope Trump ends up in prison. And Richard, you're a broken record, but you're getting your point across. So I'll commend you on that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you always say, and I don't think there's probably no one in this chat that would disagree with that sentiment. Probably not. Jameson, Joseph Winnie, ding, 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 ding. I think that's the one. That's the one I like, even though I haven't drank it. I think I've only had it a couple times because I was at my son's place and daughter's. It was a couple years ago, I think, for Thanksgiving. And they had some drinks out, and I think it was Jameson. And I was like, this is really good. I like it. Because I think that might have been the first time I ever had Jameson. And I was like, I'm going to start drinking this shit more often. And I don't think I've had it since. But I should go get me a bottle of it and save it for November 5th or 6th. I guess 5th. Mike H says, PA, you've got to choose weed or your guns. You can't have them both. Well, here's what I believe, Mike H. I believe that, okay, are you talking about Pennsylvania? I don't know. I believe you can have, we can make weed legal, and many states have done it, but we can make it legal federally. And I do think you can have guns. That doesn't mean I don't believe there should be some guns restricted to the general public, like, say, an AR-15 style weapon that can kill a whole bunch of people in a very, very short amount of time. That's basically a very military style weapon. So I think when we talk about assault weapon ban, that's not all guns. You can still have guns. We just need to have better laws, better gun safety laws. Universal background checks, gun show loopholes being eliminated. Maybe some better, maybe age restrictions or better, longer waiting periods, cool off periods. Maybe some of those red flag things, like people that have mental health issues. But that doesn't mean that you can't have a gun. You just have to meet a certain criteria and go through a few things, like background checks and things like that. I don't think everyone should have a gun. I don't think, people who have shown the inability to act responsibly with something as dangerous as a firearm should have one. But, anyhow. Richard says Jim Beam. No, I'm pretty sure it was Jameson, the one that I really liked. I've had Jim Beam. I've had lots of Jim Beam and lots of Jack Daniels, and those are okay, but they're a bit harsh. But the Jameson went down nice. Jameson was smooth, and I was drinking that straight, and it was a whole different experience than what Jim Beam and Jack Daniels are like. Nick Rich says 12:15. So what am I? 13 minutes behind. Arizona Sunflower says, at Seha, is this an improper query? I assumed you were a female, but TJ called you he, so I don't want to think of you in the wrong personages, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know. Richard 516 in Australia, CN 2116 in Rotterdam. Joseph Winnie, who's a retired trucker John? Toro Verde, Ventura Highway 8 in the sunshine. Richard, I am now 77 years old. I went from 76 trombones to 77 Sunset Strip. Arizona Sunflowers, Miale. Yes, I wanted to ask too, but I didn't want to in house with so many people, but I care very much. Sweet girl, I'm not forgetting you. Surfer Norm. Hi, Don O'Leary. Nope, I haven't seen her for a while since the heat and flood in Texas. She seemed to be affected by that. She's not been modding on Tom's show for a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. Are you talking about? We're talking about Mish again. I forget who we're talking about, but I hope whoever we're talking about is okay. Alrighty then. Mike H. It took a little time, but it's worth it. Richard, West Virginia, a John Denver song. Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. I'm skipping on down. I'm a scrolling. I'm scrolling down. If I skip over you, don't get mad at me. I'm 13 minutes behind in the chat, so you know I gotta scroll on down a little bit. I'm going to scroll on down just a little bit. You guys are having interesting conversations with each other, and I really love that about our chat room. You guys, I got to say, best chat on the internet. You guys get along, and even if we have disagreements, I think you guys usually handle it pretty well. It's okay to disagree. It's okay that we have disagreements and different opinions, and I think we're all handling it well. We're learning how we're learning how to talk to one another. Except for me, I'm probably the worst one out of all of us, because sometimes I do kind of blow up at somebody. I'm a bad example probably, but the rest of you guys in here, you guys are awesome. Keith Polite says Thursday, B-Day present. Lucas Kuntz will be on Stephanie Miller. Thank you very much, Keith Polite. That is a great birthday present. And by the way, thanks for being here, Keith. I didn't see you earlier. But okay, and that's a good way to let everyone know that on Stephanie Miller on Thursday, Lucas Kuntz will be a guest on the show. Lucas Kuntz is running for Congress in Ohio. I believe the same district as Twinkle Toes Josh Hawley. You know the old Twinkle Toes there who went in raising his fist at the Jan Sixers, and then a few minutes later he's like skedoodling on out the back door. Remember that? So hopefully, that would be a great another great birthday present down the road would be like a month after my birthday, if Lucas Kunce could win that seat. That'd be another great birthday present. So all you Ohioans out there who live in the district, make sure you vote for Lucas Kunce. And if you don't live in that district, I guess you could contribute to his campaign, throw a few bucks his way. And I don't have the any links or anything, but it's pretty easy. Google Lucas Kunce, Ohio, congressional candidate or something, and I'm sure it'll pop right up. It should pop right up, man. Let's see, who else we got here? I'm scrolling. Oh yeah, I'm scrolling. You know that I'm a strolling. I'm just a strolling now. Hey, Terrence Bunce is here. Terrence, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Terrence Bunce says, I refer Trump to Sheriff Will Teasel in movie Rambo 1. Magas have no idea. Think I'm compensating him. Laughing out loud. Or I think I'm complimenting him. Compensating. Why did I say that? They think that I'm complimenting him. So the sheriff, okay, in the first Rambo, was that Brian Dennehy? Trying to think. I think it was, right? Brian Dennehy, I think that's who it was. And he was just sort of that small town sheriff. Didn't want no trouble. Didn't want no hippies. Didn't want no, homeless veterans camping out in his town. Type of a deal. I'm a scrolling. Yes, I do. I'm a scrolling. Scroll. I'm a scrolling. Oh yeah. Here's Mike H. Newly converted Democrat, apparently, says you should be required to have a safe to put your guns in, and don't tell your kids the code. There definitely needs to be, if not a safe, they have those little gun locks, trigger locks. I think another good one, I believe there's the technology where guns can have a fingerprint device or whatever. So it'll be programmed where it will only shoot if like you're the owner and you do that. And the thing about that means that if someone steals your gun, because a lot of guns get stolen and then used in crimes, and so if they do that, then it'd be kind of worthless, I guess, or pointless to steal someone's gun, because it won't work unless it has the owner's fingerprint is programmed into it. Of course, I guess there'd be ways of hacking or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, there's all kinds of things, all kinds of good ideas for safety, gun safety that we could do and should do. But the NRA over the years has had such a stranglehold on Congress because they've backed and with campaign contributions so many, especially Republicans, but Democrats too. I mean, have taken NRA contributions, but the ones by and large that have been shutting down any type of talk of these gun safety laws, or even just trying to get data about gun incidences and all that kind of stuff, have been stymied and shut down, thanks in large part to the NRA over the past several decades. And that needs to change, and I think it is changing. I think we are seeing a bit of a change there. The NRA, I think, is losing some of its power. They've been sort of bankrupting themselves. We've seen Wayne LaPierre getting in a lot of trouble for spending a lot of their money on lavish trips and things. So I think the NRA has kind of lost some of its luster and some of its power, and we're seeing. I think we're going we're going to have a ability here to see maybe if we can get a Democratic White House and majorities in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, maybe we'll see some more meaningful, gun safety laws and things of this nature. I'm worried about the Senate. I think we're going to get the House, and I think we're going to get the White House. I really do, even though those are scary too. When you look at some of these sort of some of the predictions or of how things could go for the Electoral College and everything, it gets a little scary. But I think Kamala's going to win, and I think we're going to get the House back. It's the freaking Senate. Come on, man. I mean, I'm really hoping that that these fears are not going to be realized, and hopefully, because of Rovember and things like that, that will kind of outperform some of the polling, because it doesn't look good for a few of these Republican Senate races for the Democrats, and it's such a thin, it's such a thin margin right now. But man, it sure would be nice if we could keep the Senate. That'd be another great late birthday present, to keep the Senate. Because otherwise, we just keep going back and forth. Like, okay, we've got the House, but they've got the Senate. And then they've got the Senate, but then they've got the House. And then the Republicans will just stymie everything, and they'll block everything and just obstruct. And it just makes it difficult to get anything through, but to Joe Biden's credit, Joe Biden did get a lot of things through. You got to give Joe Biden credit where credit is due, in my humble opinion. Oh yeah, Nick Rich, Mike H, saying your name aloud is offensive. I think his name's Joel. MJ Daniel, Jameson is good Irish whiskey, but I prefer Tullamore Dew myself. I've never tried Tullamore Dew, but I do like the Jameson. Like I said, I think I've only had it the one time about 2 years ago, where I had 2 or 3 glasses of it, I think, and I liked it. Arizona Sunflower says, yes, Jameson is wonderful, although I haven't drank alcohol for years and years. Walter Makarovich. Hey, Walter, good to see you. Thanks for joining us over here in the driver's lounge. We're just shooting the shit. We're just hanging. It's a House Sparks post-show hangout. We just hang out. And Walter says, did you see where President Biden sent millions of dollars to Florida, unlike Trump, who refused to help California with the wildflowers? With the wildflowers. Wildfires. Why did I say wildflowers? Well, because California does have some beautiful wildflowers. But that's because Joe Biden's a good man, and he's a good president, and he knows how to lead. And Donald Trump doesn't know any of that. Donald Trump is just a piece of shit asshole who doesn't give a fuck about human life. He doesn't care if people are burning up or people are drowning in floods and things. Does not give one fuck. And if there's one thing that illustrates that, is this what Walter's talking about right here. Everything is transactional with that fucking piece of shit. And, yeah, enough said about that. Because he's, I could just sit here and say Donald Trump is an asshole a million times, and it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough. Steve Sayers says, Lucas Kuntz, senator. Senator. That's a Senate seat. I was thinking that was a House seat, but thanks for the clarification. So that even more so then, if that's a Senate seat, but goddamn, that'd be a great flip. Yeah, Keith Polite, Louis Cruz is running against Josh Hawley, Missouri U.S. Senate. Yeah, okay, man, that would be so awesome. And I think Kuntz is doing pretty good in the polls. I think he's getting his numbers up. And also Colin Allred in Texas, he might have a real shot at beating Ted Cruz. That's a Senate seat. So, golly, guys, by golly gosh, if Lucas could pull that off, if Colin Allred could pull off a stunning victory there, if John Tester can keep his seat in Wyoming or Montana, sorry about that. Those are the kind of the ones we're worried about. Basically, of losing a seat is John Tester. The other two would be flips. That'd be awesome. But man, we gotta, I guess, help out however we can. If you can send those campaigns of $3, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can do, and if of course if you live in those districts or those states, get some yard signs or whatever. Do whatever you can do. MJ down, yes, the sheriff. Steve Sayers says, I have a hidden room for my values behind the bookcase. No one knows it's there. And we won't tell. Our lips are sealed, Stephen. We will not tell anyone. I will not tell anyone. All right. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, but I heard, and I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell everybody about Steve. He's got his valuables behind a bookcase. I'm going to tell everybody unless, well, no. Anyhow, hey, I just wanted to pop in and say hi, everybody. Everybody's been chatting. You got Mike H. Says he's a Democrat now. Oh, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. I'll believe that when I see it, old Mike H. over there trying to fool us. But hey, for Trucker John, hey, Trucker John's birthday's coming up. He's getting really old. He's getting really old and crusty. So for Thursday, just try to get him some subscriptions, new subs to his show if you could, because that's all he talks about. He won't shut up about it. So if anything, if you could just do that, help him get those 4,000, and maybe we'll get some peace and quiet around here. I don't know, but the guy is he just won't stop, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. So if we could help him out, get those 4,000 subs, get him up there. He only needs like 630, I think. So can we do that? That'd be great. And then also, let's go raid Steve Sayers' bookcase, because I'm dying to find out what's back there. I'm just dying to find out. It's very valuable, apparently. So, if we could do that, that'd be great. That's pretty great. All right. Hey, look, no one's going to go to Steve Sayers' bookcase. All right, Steve, your secret's safe with us. I'm not telling anybody, and we're not going to do that. But yeah, as far as the 4,000 subs is concerned, now that's really a big issue. Because you know what? I haven't gotten Trucker John anything for his birthday yet. And I'm just thinking, if we get to the 4,000 subs, then he'll be so happy he won't even think about it. So let's get him up there to 4,000. We got how many days? Let's see. Is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? We've got about 5 days or so to do this. Let's do it. Let's get up there to 4,000, and that'll make his birthday. And then that way I don't have to rap anything or anything. It'll just be like, hey, look at there. Happy birthday. So let's do that. And let's not raid Steve Sayers' bookcase, because that's his stuff, and apparently no one knows about it. So let's keep it that way. All right. Vote blue for everything's dear to you. Bye. All right. Boy, those guys just hop in at any moment's notice. Hey, Nick Rich 56 says, what's the longest Uber run that you have done, John? That's Trucker John to you. No. I believe about 52 miles or 50-something miles. It was from Las Vegas. It was from the MGM Grand Hotel to Pahrump, which is a little desert city about 55 miles from there, southwest of Vegas, back towards California and stuff. That was the longest. Now the other day, there was just a couple of nights ago, a ride popped in to pick up from somewhere in Vegas. I forget exactly where, but to go all the way down to Orange, California. In Orange, California, and my California listeners and chatters will know where Orange is, but it's down by LA. Basically, it's just the LA area, right? It's the um, Orange County is a county that's right next to LA County. Um, it was 100. I think it was it paid $196 to go there, and that's less than $1 a mile. So I didn't take it because it's over 200 miles. I'm sure it's over 200 miles to Orange from Vegas, probably like 250 or something. And then once you get down there, I can't get rides back. The app will not let me get rides. To try to get a ride back to Vegas would be almost impossible. So basically, if I were to take that ride all the way down to Orange or LA, let's just say, it would be a one-way trip. I would have to what I call deadhead back. That's an old trucking term, meaning that you're coming back, you're backhaul with no freight. You're empty. You're deadhaul. You're deadheading because there's no freight. And so I would have to deadhead back. So it would basically be about a 500-mile trip for $196, and then maybe they tip you something, so maybe you break 200, but still, so if anything like that comes up long distance, I'm thinking it's got to be worth about $2 a mile at least. In other words, for me to take someone from Vegas to LA, it better pay about $500, or I'm not doing it. And you can get plane trips for like probably less than $100, like Frontier or something. So I mean, I don't know who's going to take a car ride for $500 when they could just take a plane ride for $70 probably, or whatever. I haven't really checked the prices lately, but I remember. I know during COVID there were like $14 flights, but I'm sure you could get a one-way ticket from Vegas to LA for far less than $500. Probably, I'm sure, for less than $100. But I'm not going to drive to LA unless I just happen to want to go to LA, and it's like, okay, I could take someone down there and I'll make $200. But anyhow, so I didn't take it, and I would not take that under most circumstances unless it paid like $2 a mile. But anyhow, I did do the $50 one just because I figured, well, what the hell, just do it. And I think it only paid. It was probably about $1 a mile, and then I had to deadhead back, but that's not too bad. I mean, I just did it just to do it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Nick Rich 56 or 56 Nick Rich. I'm always kind of inverting that. I'm skipping down here. It says MJ Danny, only a full Democratic majority will see anything substantial get done. The GOP is worse than useless. Although like I said, Joe Biden managed to get a lot of stuff done. The Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, the one of the Recovery Acts, I think. Some COVID relief, all that kind of stuff. He got a lot of stuff done. So I wouldn't say that nothing's going to get done. It just makes it really, really hard and slows down things that we need to act fast on, especially things that pertaining to global warming. We need to really step up on that front. Mr. Bob Newell, 340. I believe I'm about 11 minutes behind. I'm scrolling down. If I scrolled over you, don't get too mad at me. Don O'Leary says Sherrod Brown and John Tester. And Sherrod Brown, who's been a great congressperson, I think they say he's kind of in jeopardy. John Tester is in jeopardy. And so, hopefully we will, keep those seats because they're important. And we don't want to lose really any seats, but so they're all important. Keith Polite, shameless plug. Coons with 70 Miller on Thursday. Hey, plug away, because that's an important seat. And if Lucas Kuntz has a shot, which I think he does, I think they're running pretty much neck and neck. If I remember correctly. So let's do it, man. Let's get him in there. Let's get him in there. I sort of skipped down. I scrolled on down. Nick Rich says 12:46, and it's 12:53. Like 7 minutes. As I skipped a lot of yours guys' stuff. Azolazin says I'm 18 minutes behind. All right, fellow time traveler. I've come from the past. Cian says it's all okay, peeps. See you. I have a great weekend. Going to do something. Well, Cian, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I always appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out and whatever time you can spend with us. I greatly appreciate it because time is valuable to everyone. So I thank you for spending some of it here with us in the old driver's lounge. Let's see, Mr. Bob Newell, where'd you get that shirt? I bought it. This was for my high school reunion shirt from last year, and this is our school. We were the Sun Devils. So it's a little Sun Devil. Let's see. I think I'm pretty. I scrolled down and I cheated. I skipped over a lot of your guys' posting. So I hope you'll forgive me for that. Maria Ali says, "Seeing dinner done time for the nap. I get it. My way too. You have a good day." So Cian was leaving, and once again, thanks for being here. Janelle Walker's here. Good to see Janelle. Thanks for joining us in the old chat room as we chat. We're just chatting and hanging and chatting. Cian's saying all that stuff. More goodbyes. Mr. Bob Newell says that the helicopter left. All right. Sorry for the tongue jet. But so yeah, there's Janelle. Good to see Janelle. Thanks for being here. What else is going on? So we've been talking about the horrible, scary storms in the East Coast, and we've been talking about how much we have a strong dislike for Trump. Mike H has come over to the good side, so that's good news. Let's see. Arizona Sunflower says bye for today. Maria Ali is heading out. Hey Maria, thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. But don't forget, we got members only Mondays on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So hopefully all you members, we'll see you there on Monday. And if you're not a member and you want to be on the members only show, become a member. Look at there. And Mike H, speaking of members, Mike H, member for 1 month, driver. Congratulations, Mike H, and thank you so much for being a member. I do know that Fancy, thank Fancy for that, and hopefully you'll stay a member. That'd be nice. Mr. Bob Newell says technically you are in the future. Really? I'm in the future? Because I'm seeing things that happened in the past. Mind blown. My mind was just blown, man. But yeah, Mike H is a member. Thanks to Fancy. Applet says there's a piano bar fundraiser for Kamala and Senate Dems tomorrow. It'll be on YouTube, streaming from the Stonewall Inn in New York City. Donate to Act Blue and request a song. No donation too small. Thank you, Applets. That is really great to hear that they're doing that. So yeah, do that. Get in on that. That sounds like fun and a fun way to help the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz campaign. And the Stonewall, that's a famous place, right? That's where they had a big riot, like a gay rights kind of riot because I think I believe a gay person had been murdered or something, right? Back in the 70s. Uh, refresh my memory on that if you guys know anything about that. Mike H says thanks again, Fancy, and good for you, Mike, for thanking Fancy. Arizona Sunflower member for 3 months. Thank you, Arizona Sunflowers. Being a multiple month member, that means so much to me and to the channel. Helps the channel grow. Like I said, we're trying to keep growing. We want to get to 4,000 subs by Thursday. And we are going to do a members only Monday show where I will hopefully showcase a new sign made with multicolored Sharpies. So you don't want to miss that. You guys, if you're not a member, you don't want to miss that. All right. Maria Ali says members only was relaxing and fun. The songbirds say goodbye to. Have a great weekend. Trucker John, keep on keeping on. Hey, Maria Ali, thank you so much for being here, and all you guys for being here. And I will be probably shutting down here in about 10, 15 minutes. Probably go another 10 minutes or so. But thanks for being here. Janelle Walker, member for 6 months, Janelle. Thank you so much. 6 months. That's a long time. Because our memberships just started, I don't know, 6 or 7 months ago, I think. So Janelle, I think maybe you've been a member since the very onset of being that memberships were available. So thank you so much. Always appreciated when you guys can do that. But everything is appreciated. Even just liking, subscribing, and sharing. That is a big way. It's free, and it really does help out the show. Your chatting in here helps out the show. And if you can become a member, that helps out the show too. And so thank you so much. And we'll do members only Monday. Hopefully I'll see Janelle and Arizona Sunflowers and hopefully Maria Ali and all you guys. Mike H. Hopefully we'll see you on the members only show on Monday at about 11. Nick Rich, the present exists too. I believe I'm in the present now, pretty much. Applet says it's called High Notes for Kamala. High Notes for Kamala. Thank you, Applets. Thank you for sharing that. And Applet says Act Blue donate High Notes for Kamala. I wonder if I could. I'm going to do a quick search. Maybe I can get the link. Let's see. And I can put it in the chat. Since Jolie is out having fun, I'll do this. I'll see if I can do this. Let's see. Oh, that was. I see the one for Oprah. It says highlights. Oh, that's highlights from. I just put in the search. I put highlights for Kamala fundraiser. In the YouTube. I just did the YouTube. I guess if I Googled it, I could probably. That would probably be better if I Google it. Let me go over to Google real quick. I'm going to do some Googling. You might want to look away. Don't mean to Google on camera, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this here. But yeah, you might be able to just go to Act Blue or just to Kamala Harris, their page, their official campaign website is kamalaharris.com. It says Kamala Harris is coming to LA, I guess tomorrow. Tickets start at $500 per person, rising to as high as $1 million. Wow. Wow. Harris collects $27 million in New York fundraiser. They are just fundraising hand over fist. And this is good because they're also sending a lot of that money to down ticket candidates, which is really good. So I'm not seeing a link to the one that was mentioned. Um, but anyhow, let's see. While I was doing that, let's see. We had Janelle in there. Applets was talking about Act Blue and the whole deal there. Non-useful 1968 Stonewall riot. Yeah, non-useful 1968 gay liberation movement began. Maria Ali, have a beautiful, glorious day and or night and or sleep, my friends. I hope I didn't lose anyone today. He'll be gone tomorrow morning, supposedly, so won't be any doom or gloom. All right, Maria Ali, you take care. All right. I hope everything works out for you with your family situation, and I hope we see you again here, right back here. You're always welcome here in the old Trucker John Driver's Lounge. Arizona Sunflower, I've donated to Act Blue as much as I can. I've made a few donations there in my day. Maria Ali says, before we go at Trucker John, can you tell me if it's always been hard to create and get passwords accepted in Discord? Anyone know? I've never had any problems like that, so I don't know. I don't know. Oh, is it highlights for Harris? High notes, Trucker John. Janelle says, I can never get into Discord either. So I don't know. I've never had any problems with it. I don't know what to tell you. Make Rich $500 a seat. Well, it's in LA, and they are probably really catering to the folks with money. When you go to LA, you want to get those big money folks. Apparently. Roxanne Armfield says, Maria Ali, I've had that problem as well. Can't post on Trucker John's Discord. I didn't have problems with Hal's or Brian's. Gee, guys, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm kind of computer illiterate, so I don't know why that's happening. I really don't. I wish I could give you a better answer than that, but I don't know what's going on with Discord. But I do have a Discord page, and we have a driver's lounge over there too. And I've noticed a few people have gone in there. To Donald Trump, if you're watching, this is how you drink out of a fucking water bottle. Look, you just go like this. It's really easy. See how easy and simple that was? You don't go like, I'm lining up my mouth. It's gonna get there. Okay, you don't do that. That's not how you do it, Trumpy. You dumb fuck. Anyhow, so Apple says it's high notes for Harris. Okay, so here I went ahead and got this. I got this link for the Harris official campaign thing that apparently is it's 37. The link to the Kamala Harris official campaign page is 37 characters too long. So I don't. So it won't let me post it. Isn't that funny? I wonder if I just post. Okay, I'm gonna erase 37 characters, and let's see if that will be good enough. I don't know. Let's see. Well, it's got that. I minus 37 of the last characters for some reason. Let me see if I go over here. Okay, so that is a link to YouTube. Oh, but it does say KamalaHarris.com. Time is running out. We need to hit 2,500,000 grassroots donations before the final end of quarter deadline, and we can't reach our goal without your help. Contribute now to elect Kamala Harris. And so there's that. Now, right here, let me look for the other one. There we go. It's being really slow today. What was it called? Highlights for Harris? Doggone it. Let's see. Let's just see what comes up here. So it just takes me back to the KamalaHarris.com official thing, and then it has a bunch of videos of the debate. It just brings like highlights for the debate. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Where else are we at? Where are we at here? Spread love, spread love. That was from CN. High note. Oh, high notes. I put highlights. Should I try again? I'm going to try one more time. Nick Rich says, I can't use Discord. Non-useful says, Idaho governor praises Boise State's decision to forfeit women's volleyball match against team with trans players. Well, that's Idaho. That's another place. I was saying, like, we should have a movement where Democrats move to certain places and take over those states. Like, I think Idaho is one of them. Applets, it's a private fundraiser and postcard thing. Nick Rich says we've gone over the 2-hour mark. We have, yes, we have. Arizona says me either, Nick Rich, but oh well, I'm not in the in crowd. All right, so I'm going to try one last shot at this here. It was called, what was it called? High notes? High note. Oh, it goes notes like singing. That makes sense. Whoops. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. High notes. Okay, let's do this again. Last shot here. High notes for Harris. And then there's the alliteration of high and Harris. Get it? Get it? I got high notes for Harris. Let's see what comes up. Sam Harris, the singer. And then there's Kamala Harris DNC address. Will her speech hit the high notes of history? There's this stuff about there's stuff about the DNC, and then there's stuff about Calvin Harrison Jr.'s Calvin Harris audition mistakes. Eris Harris vocal class highlight. Don't know who that is. Yeah, so this goes into all these different singers. So I don't know. Let's see. I just put in the search. I just put high notes for Harris. Maybe I should put fundraiser. Then it goes to the Act Blue. It gives you the Act Blue website, and here is piano bar fundraiser and postcard drive for Harris Walls and Senate Dems. This must be it here, and this is Act Blue. This is from Act Blue. So I guess if you go on the Act Blue site, yeah, it has a little video. It says hit the high notes. Oh, this is pretty cool. Hit the high notes for Harris Walls and the DSCC, a piano bar fundraiser and postcard drive. It says let your voice be heard at this piano bar fundraiser and postcard to voter extravaganza. Support Harris Walls and Senate Dems in style. Live in 23 hours. So if you go on the Act Blue, I'll copy that. I should copy that link. And then it they have a little countdown. 23 hours is when that's going to start. And anyhow, I was just wondering then if there. So I think maybe there's a little window here where it says live in 24 hours or 23 hours. So maybe you can just watch it from the Act Blue page there. So I'm going to put that I'll put that link in the chat here as well, in case anyone wants to check it out. It sounds interesting. I guess James Jaramillo is checking out. I'm going to be shutting her down here in a couple of minutes, James. Apple says, yes, that's it. Nick Rich, 1:15. I'm right on time. It's 1:15. Yes. Arizona Sunflowers, I'm just kidding. Thank you, sweetheart. Or sweetheart for saying that. Let's see here. So I wonder if it'll fit. Let's see. I think it did. Yeah, look at there. So that link there, that goes to the Act Blue. And if you go to it, it looks like it takes you to the Act Blue page right there, and it says piano bar fundraiser and postcard drive for Harris Walls and Senate Dems, live in 23 hours, September 29th at 1 p.m. I guess that's the Pacific. It's giving me my time zone, I guess. 1 p.m. Pacific time zone, so adjust accordingly if you're whatever time zone you're in. Just figure out how different it is than Pacific time zone. So I can say, if you want to check it out, I think you can watch it. I think you can just watch it right here, and then you can donate from there if you want to donate. So that's kind of interesting. It's you know, if you want to, just something to watch, something to do, some way to, you know, you want to help the Harris campaign. But even just watching or learning how to send postcards and stuff like that can be a big valuable thing. So there's that. So we got so much going on. We got the Harris Walls thing going on. There's Lucas Kuntz is going to be on the Stephanie Miller Show on Thursday, my birthday, by the way. So as a birthday gift to me, you can watch that and give some support maybe to Louis Kuntz. You know, Colin Allred is knocking on the door. Maybe he can be great if he could beat Ted Cruz. All these things. Just make sure you're registered. Vote.org. Go to vote.org. Check your registration. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. What do we got? 40 days or something. So make sure you're registered. Make sure you vote. Get your ballots in. I think just as soon as you can get them in, get them in. If you can walk them in, however you do it, just do it. Do it to it. Vote blue for all that's dear to you. Trademark Trucker John. And let's do it, man. Let's on November 5th. I hope on November 5th, when they start announcing the winners, we can all be at wherever we're at across the world, because we got people from all over the world here, even though you don't vote here, but you do. A lot of you are supporters of the Democrats, and you're really pulling for Kamala Harris. And all of us here in America, I'm really, really hoping that I can lift a glass of Jameson, and you guys can lift your glasses of whatever drink of choice you have. Or if you want to lift up your vape pen or your pipe or your joint or whatever it is, and we can all lift that up together in a toast and in jubilation of Kamala Harris defeating fascism, defeating tyranny, defeating authoritarianism, and defeating Donald Trump, and ending this long national nightmare that has been caused by that man on our country. I pray to God and to whoever that on November 5th we can raise our cups in a toast of joy and happiness and jubilation. Oh God, please let it happen. Please let it happen. Please let that be true. And I look forward to that day on November 5th when we can do that. So with that, I will end the show. I hope to see Members Only Monday on Members Only Day. 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to join us, become a member. There's, I think, details somewhere along this device here where you can become a member. And let's get those subs, 4,000 by Thursday. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm old now and I got to do extra stretching, and I'm going to stretch out my hamstrings. All right, guys. You guys have been lovely. You've been great. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you Members Only Mondays on Monday, and then Tuesday. Look, there's a schedule. Am I going the wrong way? Let's go this way. There's my schedule. I'll see you guys Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, right here on the Trucker John channel. Mazel tov, and cheers, and good day, you lovely trucklers. Good day to you all.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war. talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I try to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and